Hi guys, and here, welcome back to my Minecraft Survival Let's Play. We're here at the mansion farms. In fact, I really could do with a name for this, something catchy, something what gives it meaning to what the building is. So any ideas of a good name for this mansion, let me know in the comments down below. I'm absolutely useless at naming things, but today we're going to be doing our first farm here. Yes, we're doing this, a mob farm. So in between episodes, I've just laid out what's going to be the base of the mob farm. And it's going to be the one where I fall off the edge. Let me just put a way up from here. So I'll be going up from the middle and we're building out some layers going up. I'm not quite sure how many layers I'm going to get in. Probably, I'm kind of thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 layers. In all fairness, I don't want to take it to the second layer. I want to leave the top layer free because that's going to be not necessarily farms and stuff. So I'll have probably 4 or 5 layers in here. Again, I'm only needing resources just for me. I don't need them for a vast array of people. So that's where I'm going to be coming in there. But this down here below, we'll just wait. So what I'm going to do, I will drop them down here from here. And then I will probably then just pipe the drops around the edge and just have some sort of automatic collection for the drops. And that would work quite nicely. They're coming out, if I sort of send them out this way, I could just run. In fact, I could just run straight along here actually and just have them along here in a row. I'll do start off with anyway, and I can say what I'm going to do with them going forward. But that's for when the farm's up and running. But right now, I've got a load of blocks on me. I'm going to get the dispensers and the observers in place. I'm going to get the layers in place, and then once that's up, I'm going to get some tinted glass on the outside, around the edges as some decor, and that means I don't have to put a big cover over the top of it, and that will keep the light off from that point of view. So I'm going to get the rest of the materials, and then we'll time lapse this, and we'll have ourselves hopefully, or the start of one more farm in place. So I'll see you on the other side. And there we go, one mob farm up and wasn't up and running. There's 2 still bright, and there's no mobs in there. But basically, I've got 4 platforms. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms. I could have got a 5th in, but then the top would be very close to what is the roof at the moment, and I don't know what one for the roof or what's going on. And I didn't want to go any higher because I want to do something around the edge. I've got plans for the 3rd floor. But in all fairness, I had one twice this size on my last single player world, and I had enough drops to keep me going for the entire season with no issue whatsoever. I had so much gunpowder, bones. I've also got skeleton farm, remember. I had string for trading with. I had no issue with gardening running out of supply. So, in all fairness, if I need more gunpowder, I'll do a creeper farm. This will be fine. However, what I do need to do, and that's what this is for, is to make some tinted glass. I've now got a workbench around here. How do you make tinted glass? There we are. Because I'm going to put a roof on this. Because you don't have a big massive panel over the side. I don't want that. I did think about whether I could make this water channel shorter, but I'm not going to bother. What I am going to do though is just come up here and go 1, 2. Do you want to come all the way up? Take that in there. Can I reach that? No, not yet. Now can I? There we go. Get rid of you two there, and then I'm going to bring this in here like that, and then that will come in like that. And that will mirror up with that down below. And I want to keep the top of here lit up, but I want this to cover everything. I've been using 4 blocks, haven't I? Why am I using 4 blocks? I've no idea. I could do 4 blocks around the edge, but in the middle I might as well do half slabs. So that'd be a 4 block. That'd be half slab. 4 block, and so forth. I'll just do a couple this side as well. That's the 4 block. That will be a 4 block as well. Let's go to view there. Half slab and a full block. Go and gather my blocks back. I'll put a stone brick in these for the moment just to get them filling in. And then put 1 block, 1. There's your here. There'll be 4 blocks going up there. But I can get the tinted glass in there because this will give us a window in to see. But it will take out the light. And there's light down below, and that's because I've got a torch there just to mark off where the panel is. Well, the drop point is. I'll put a drop chute into there. See, this is starting to dark off, and not just this will go all the way around. I might need some more of these crystals actually. I think I'll try and come and add a bit extra design into here as well, rather than just straight stone and bricks up the side here. And then come in with this here. And then we'll fill in the gaps with half slabs on top here. And then, by the time we've done all this, we should have a darkened zone. And then we can turn our attention to the collection point. And that's going to be straightforward and simple. I'll come back to this in a minute. Wait. So, these are going to come down to here. Let's pull down to here quite easily. So where that hole is there, I'm going to drop chute down into here. Then I'll have some hoppers with campfires on and chests, and then that will go into a storage system. It's the standalone impulse users, where you have a hopper chain around the back, and they'll get locked. And there'll be a comparator which will lock it to feed into the different mobs drops. So I'll probably get that done at the same time. I'm putting the rest of the sides up in here. So I don't know how far I need to be. It's got 24 blocks within 24 blocks. But what I do is when this is all up, I'll just switch this on and just leave it running, and then it'll all just keep, just as I'm working around here, doing more and more farms, this will slowly be churning out mobs. And it's not going to be the most effective. I'm aware of that just because I may be too close at times. But it will at least give me a small source of materials coming in. So I'll crack on and I'll be back with you shortly. And here we go, 1 completed mob farm up and running. It's not absolutely massive, but so we saw the size earlier. But I have put in down here, a filter system in. I'll just put it there for the moment because I really don't know what I want to do down here and how I'm going to connect all of the farms up to storage down here. I also need to consider where the train line is going to come in from, because this is going to connect up from the train line, and I am unsure whether I'm going to put a station up outside the front of the building or whether I'm going to bring it around and bring it in underneath the building. I don't know. I'm tempted to take more of this land away, flatten out, and put some more buildings around here. So I've got farms in here, and then outside a smeltery, a train station, and stuff like that. Other bit more modern buildings, maybe like an office block, just sort of as a complementary building towards it. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Here is our current little item sorter for it. I have done a little bit of AFK in here because I had it running while I was at work. And just left it to go, put myself in an AFK spot, and you know, it's ticking on quite nicely. I'm starting to get drops out of it. I've also cleared out all the rest of the ground underneath here. It is now, I think this is what, 3 deep there. I think I'll leave it at that, so I can always put a ceiling on it at some point. This needs decorating up, and I may end up moving it anyway to a different location, moving around. But for the moment, that is just fine. But what I would like to do now is have a think about the decor around here. Now, this is a farm which encompasses both levels, so I need to sort of take that into account. Also need to sort of put a trim around the floor of it, and I'm going to stick with a birch floor. I'm not having a full birch floor everywhere, but around this I will do. So if I go like 1, 2, 3 for birch, 3? No, 2. That can come out there. And then, because I want to sort of frame it in its place, I have got some polished deep slate. So this is just going to sort of frame the farm. And then I will take this across an angle. So if I go here, I'm not putting a wall up or anything, it's just more of a, just around say this is the mob farm area, and it's all neatly lined up. So that's 2 gaps there, and then we'll take this across here, and I'll take it to there, which will be roughly where, what was that noise? Is that phantoms? It is phantoms. Tell you what, let's have a quick, I could do something. I've fought a couple of phantoms. I've got a couple of membranes, but let's see if we can get some more membranes, because I've potentially got a dragon fight coming up in the near future. Some slow fall potions would be quite handy. Right, where are you? Try and get the loosening effect on the sword. That's got you. Come on, got you. 6, that's fine. That's probably be enough actually for what I'm going to need. Oh, I don't like the staircase as well. I really don't like the staircase. It's really, really bugging me. Anyway, so with that in place, all I'm going to do now is take up the rest of this floor like this, and take it, and then add in the birch planks back in. Well, not back in for here, but I wanted a lighter colour material. So what I might do is have like the dark oak as main walkways around the area, and then different other materials for the different farms. I just didn't know what I wanted to do for here. Wow. If I take this floor up here. Oops, torch is gone. Just sort of then, that will help give an indication of the separation between the 2 different layers, the different areas. Excuse me. It's rather rude if everyone's busy, happily building away. Right, got a little trim all the way around the edge of it, a bit of a waterway. Not 100% certain if I'm going to keep this birch. It will do for the moment, but I say I'm not fully sold on it. And then the flooring wise, I might just take this one in one, and then that should potentially then be in line with that trim there. I've got a little bit of that left. But maybe get this floor double deep anyway. Because I'm trying to work out if I want item pipes from the farms going down below. Have I got any more deep slate down here? Stashed away in one of these chests. I have. So there we go. Trim on this floor here. That sort of lines up with that down below. That keeps that all in place. I'm not going to bother with the ceiling because I don't know what's happening with the floor. I think though, in future farms, I think I'll stick to this floor for the moment. I need to work out whether I want to keep you guys or not. Really don't know if I do or not. And obviously the LAs. But staircase, yeah, really haven't been enjoying using that at all. Yeah, it has been frustrating, hasn't it? Been really annoyed with it. But yeah, I'm going to have to do something else with it. I'm not quite sure what yet. Let's get some more of the beacons as well for the corners. But we need some materials for those as well. But that is for another day. I think if I'm going to start redoing the staircase, I might take this out and start thinking more about the flooring as well. Because the wood is nice. But I kind of think, what would a modern building have? You do see wooden floors in modern buildings. But thinking maybe like a terracotta or concrete floor might be more appropriate going forward. So this floor all might change. So it's not necessarily set in stone. But first farm in place, we have our supply of, well, primarily gunpowder, but we've also got string. I've got zombie flesh, which we can trade to some villagers at some point. More bones coming in as well. I've got an overflow chest actually on it. Primarily, I think in there is, oh, I need to eat. Primarily it's arrows. Oh, another chicken there. So I don't need arrows. I've got 3, maybe 4 double chests full of arrows from the skeleton farm. So I don't need those. So I think I might filter them off into a cactus or something like that out of the way. Just to get rid of them. But yeah, it's ticking along quite nicely. This, and as I said, when I'm working around here, it will be just farming mobs. I need to actually go underneath as well and light up the ground below. And if I ever want to, there's not stopping me taking this higher if I so choose to. Just take the top off, build some more layers in it, put top back on again. It's just fairly straightforward to do. And it's something to maybe think about if I need more materials in the future. But on that note, with me and Mr. Zombie here, I'm going to wrap this episode up. The first farm is in place here. So yeah, the purpose of the building is up and running. And we'll add some more farms going forward. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, consider subscribing if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of future content, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.